Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome back to Cricket Happenings. And as far as today's Cricket Happenings goes, it's going to be I'm talking about. We'll have some cricket news where the Zimbabwean team has been selected to tour South Africa and Bangladesh, but it does not include Sikandar Raza. But Brendan Taylor, and Sean Williams are back into the squad, so that will strengthen them. So I'll be having a look at that squad which has been selected, and we'll talk about the Specsavers County Championships in England. Today, it was Surrey actually beating Worcestershire in the final. In the sense, they were the ones. Surrey won it. So Surrey basically winning the Specsavers County Championship Division 1 at Worcester, and once again the captain Rory Burns, who has been in some roaring form according to me, and he's one of the contenders to me for the England tour, which is coming up. I think it is of Sri Lanka, if I'm not wrong, and I'm sure Rory Burns is a real contender. In fact, he made 122 in the first innings, and he also went on to score it was 122 that he made in the first innings, and in the second innings Rory Burns made 66. So that has given enough indication as to how prolific Rory Burns has been playing as far as Surrey is concerned. He's also captaining the side, and it was Worcestershire actually winning the Specsavers County Championship Division 1 at Worcester, and congratulations to the Surrey cricket team. Well done, Surrey. Truly deserved the victory. So I'll be looking at that particular match in a very brief manner, and then we'll have a look at the eliminator that happened at the County Championship Division 1 after Worcestershire elected to bat first. It was Surrey with the maximum number of points in County Championship Division 1, as they were the ones who almost won it, one could say, the Specsavers County Championships. And other than that, the eliminator, which was in the Caribbean Premier League, which was an interesting affair that happened between Jamaica Talabas and Patriots, and it was the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots actually pushing off Jamaica Talabas out of the CPL and setting up a meeting with Trinbago Night Riders to actually determine as to whichever team wins between St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots and Trinbago Night Riders. And Guyana Amazon Warriors were already into the CPL finals, would be awaiting the outcome of that, because they would like to know as to whom they would be facing in the finals of Caribbean Premier League 2018. So I'm going to start off here definitely with the news that we are going to have a look at the Zimbabwean squad that has been selected for the tour of South Africa and Bangladesh. Well, as I said, Brendan Taylor is back, Sean Williams is back, so they're definitely their backbone is back, I would say, because but one thing that I'm really sad for is that Sikandar Raza, who has been scoring wonderfully, he had a great season according to me, and because of he probably violated some agreement, and that's the reason he has not been picked, and that is very sad, because I thought Zimbabwe, Sikandar Raza has been playing in Zimbabwe cricket for quite a long time. He has been doing very well as an all-rounder as well, especially in the batting arena. He has really been there for the team whenever the chips were down, and he also played in the T20 tournament in Canada, as you know. But very unfortunate that he has not been selected because of the violation of probably an agreement that he had with the Zimbabwean Cricket Board, where he's not supposed to play a few matches somewhere else. As I said, Brendan Taylor, Craig Irvine and Sean Williams are back in the mix, and that is definitely going to be a sort of the backbone for Zimbabwe. I'm very happy to see that because, as you know, ICC are the ones who have got some structured funding plan now, and they are assisting the Zimbabwean Cricket Board in cricket right now, and which is the step in the right direction. So So and but also Zimbabwe have a two try series. But let me tell you, there's no Brendan Taylor, Craig Irvine, and Sean Williams in the T20 try series at home. Sorry, basically it was the try series that happened at home. Talking about. So there's going to be a. So basically, they are the ones who have been selected for the tour of South Africa and Bangladesh. Graham Creamer, the former captain, does not find a place because of he's still recovering from knee surgery. But Sikandar Raza was not picked after central contract was not renewed. Probably he had a dispute with the Zimbabwean Cricket Board, which actually so very sad to see that. But I thought Sikandar Raza, being in the Zimbabwean team, would have really made the team very very solid. But nevertheless, all-rounder Solomon Maher is back. Fast bowler Kyle Jarvis has also got a place. So definitely the Zimbabwean team, according to me, is looking very strong. Let me tell you that. And let's have a look at the Craig Irvine is retired, as we all know. And let's have a look at the squad that has been selected. So Chamu Chibaba, Pofu, Chisoro, Musakanda, Chibaba, all back. And also let me tell you, it's the former Indian player Lalchand Rajput, the opener who used to play from Mumbai, and also he is the one who is the head coach of the Zimbabwean cricket team, and he has a big responsibility on his shoulders as the twin series in South Africa and Bangladesh would be shaping up. Well, I'm not going to go into any other details, so it's a very strong team. I believe the team is looking very strong, especially considering that Brendan Taylor, Sean Williams, Kyle Jarvis, and the other players. This is the other players is Craig Irvine. No, not Craig Irvine. It is Sean Williams I'm talking about. So Sean Williams is back, and the team is looking. Craig Irvine too is back, and the team is looking pretty strong right now. And I think it's a very good team composition. And I think the Zimbabwean team, if they had got Sikandar, I thought they would have been very solid. But nevertheless, it's a very good team composition. Now let's have a look at the Specsavers County Championships. The Specsavers County Championships, the match was played between Surrey and Worcestershire, and Surrey were the ones who finished on the top of the ladder as far as the Division 1 championships were concerned, with the maximum number of points, which was 21, and Surrey won the match by 3 wickets. So looking at the team match here, just going into just the not going to the nitty-gritty, just going to the brief moments of this particular match. If you see, Worcestershire in the first innings were 336 all out. They had Ross Whiteley, who is a real smasher of the ball, made 91 with 14 boundaries, 63 from Bernard, 63 with 12 fours from Bernard. Parnell made 42 with 6 boundaries. The bowling, Tom Curran picked up 4 for 61 of 32 overs and 11 maidens, and 3 wickets for 62 for Moni Morkel. Surrey, in reply, were bowled out for 268, but look at that man, the captain of the Surrey team, Rory Burns. I mean, as I said, he's in some roaring form. Let us understand that, and I think he's a prime contender for the spot that has been vacant after Alistair Cook's retirement, and also with Jennings not really coming good. So Rory Burns, according to me, I would because the other day I was just reading an article where the coach Bayliss had said that there are 3 contenders who are putting their hats into the ring. One is Rory Burns, the other one is James Swins, and the third one would be Joe Denley. But I would really plump for Rory Burns just for the simple fact that he is the man currently in red hot form. But probably James Swins might probably pip him to the post. The reason being, I think that because James Swins is having some experience of playing for English cricket, and besides he has the ability to play spin very well as well. So it will be a real toss-up, but I would say on red hot form, one would probably say it could be Rory Burns. Look at that way. He really is set an example, and for the last 5 years, He has been scoring. He has scored more than 1,000 runs for his team Surrey, and which is a phenomenal achievement according to me. So Rory Burns, 122 with 18 boundaries in the reply for Surrey. Other than that, they had Ollie Pope making 48 with 10 boundaries. Ricky Clark making 33 with 5 fours and 1 6. 268 all out, so they definitely conceded a lead there. 3 for 56 for Wayne Pownell, 2 for 36 for Pennington, and Worcestershire in the second innings were bowled out for 203. TC Fell was the highest scorer with 89 with 13 boundaries. Other than that, there was not much to really talk about. And the bowling, well, it was all about Morne Morkel, the South African bowler, wrecking them apart. 17 overs, 8 minutes, 24 runs and 5 wickets. So Surrey were given a target of 272 runs, and once again it was the captain Rory Burns forging a beautiful partnership, a beautiful opening partnership of 111 with Mark Stoneman, the forgotten English opener, as Rory Burns' contribution was 66 with 11 boundaries. Stoneman made 59 with 11 boundaries, and then we had Ollie Pope contributing 49 with 7 boundaries. And finally, they got the victory as Morne Morkel swung a boundary, and it was all over. 274 for 7. Surrey finishing on top of County Championship Division 1 with points table. If you look at the points, Surrey had 21 points and Worcestershire had 6 points. So well done, Surrey. And as I said, Rory Burns to me is a prime contender for that opener slot for the next England tour that is coming up. I believe England are touring Sri Lanka, so I would definitely say my man would be Rory Burns in preference to James Swens, who is much experienced. Well, from here we look at the eliminator in the Caribbean Premier League. We go to the West Indies. And talking about the Caribbean Premier League, yesterday we saw the match which was an eliminator, which was basically the name itself says is eliminator is one, whichever team loses it, and here it was the Jamaica Talabas who were eliminated from the Caribbean Premier League by St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, with Patriots winning the match by 2 wickets. Jamaica Talabas were they really made a very good score on the board, 191 for 5, driven by Glenn Phillips, making the first century of the CPL, 103 of 63 deliveries, which included 9 fours and 6 spanking sixes. Other than that, they had Taylor making 33. They were the principal scorers. 191 for 5 was what Jamaica Talabas put on the board. The bowling, well, it was a bit of a dicey. Ben Cutting, who actually had a tough time with the ball, 3 overs, 2 for 45. St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots were given a target of 192 runs to win. There was a lot of drama as the match went all the way down to the wire. We had Devon Thomas making 13 of 6 balls with 3 fours. Gale 26 of 30 balls, 2 fours, 1 6. Van Edison 20 of 22, 3 fours, 50. Anthony Davicic was the one who really gave the real impetus to the innings by cracking 50 of just 23 deliveries, which included 5 fours and 2 sixes. 23 from Fabian Allen of just 10 deliveries, 1 4 and 2 sixes. King absolutely smashed 21 of 8 deliveries, which included 3 huge sixes. Ben Cutting was the one who took them to victory. There was a lot of drama, as I tell. Ocean Thomas was bowling well, and there was a lot of drama that happened. And then finally, it was all over with Ben Cutting actually hitting an unbeaten 17 of 10 balls with 2 sixes to complete the proceedings, and helping the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots basically they still have to win over the Trinbago Knight Riders to really set a meeting with Guyana Amazon Warriors, already perched in the finals of the CPL 2018. Ocean Thomas was very costly yesterday, 4 overs, 3 for 43. East Sodhi went for 36 of his 4, so that was a weak link as well. 1 for 31 Jacobs. And It was played at Providence Stadium, Ghana. Anton Davisich, who really gave the real impetus needed for the innings to really gain a lot of momentum, was actually named man of the match, Anton Davisich. Well, dear fans, subscribers, there's nothing else to really dwell on. It's about time for me to say good night on this cricket show, but promising that that I'll be seeing you tomorrow on my next cricket broadcast. Good night.